What is up, fight fans? You're ringside with Roy. Let me firstly say Merry Christmas and Happy Boxing Day to everybody. I hope you had a nice festive break. And yeah, I think Boxing Day, I was thinking about boxing. I'm always thinking about boxing. What I've been thinking about recently after last weekend was Lawrence Okolie and whether he will ever be a world champion at heavyweight. So he's already a two-time champion. He's or two-weight champion, shall I say. He's been a champion at cruiserweight, and he's been a champion at Bridgerweight, and now he's campaigning at heavyweight. He's had 3 outings at heavyweight so far. He beat a guy called Muhammad Hussein at his debut pretty soundly. He beat my countryman Kevin Lorena pretty soundly as well, unanimous decision. I call him my countryman because we're both South African, but it sounds like we're colleagues, and unfortunately I am nowhere near any of his professions. He is far more talented in those arenas than I am, but I'm talking about it now. He just fought Ebenezer Tete, this is Lawrence Okolie, in Nigeria. He's done something that most fighters would only dream of doing, and that's fighting in their home country, because he is Nigerian by way of Hackney, London. I think he's got Nigerian parents. He was born in England, but he's definitely identifies as Nigerian. And you know, I think he tweeted or posted something to Eddie Hearn once upon a time, I think 4 or 5 years ago, saying, "Come, let's put a fight on in Nigeria and I'll headline that. Wouldn't that be amazing?" And you know, he's realized something that, you know, he's realized that dream, which is incredible. He fought a guy called Ebenezer Tete, Ghanaian, 22-3 now. Or is he 22-4? I'm not sure. Yeah, no, he's 22-4. He fought Dillian White. He's fought Daniel Dubois. He came into the Daniel Dubois fight with a clean record. I think he had like 19 or 18 wins, no losses. But if you look at the record closely, Ebenezer Tete is basically, he's now a very well paid journeyman. He's a big lump, but he doesn't have the skill set to kind of campaign with a real credible chance of being anything other than a glorified gatekeeper. And he will probably get a lot more fights because he's someone that promoters put in front of blue chip prospects or up and coming professional prospects, and he makes them look good. He's very easy to beat, and he's very easy to look good against because he doesn't move well, doesn't throw combinations, he's just kind of there to be hit. And that's exactly what Lawrence Okolie did in quick fashion, knocked him out, and now is saying, okay, I'm earning my spot. I'm a two division world champion, former world champion at cruiserweight, Bridgerweight, and I think I deserve the chance to fight an eliminator or fight for or become someone's mandatory, because I don't think a promoter really looks at Lawrence Okolie and thinks, oh, you know, this guy is really going to sell tickets. And unfortunately that is the case. I mean, Lawrence Okolie is a really likable guy. He's a real gentleman. He doesn't talk trash, so immediately that makes for a boring press conference and a boring build-up. But also he's not the best fighter to watch. He doesn't look that great. He does a lot of holding. Some call him a wrestler. You know, he leans on his opponents. He uses his weight as an advantage. He's 6'5", and he's got very long arms. He can wrap them around you and kind of hold people down and rest his weight on them and tire them out through the fight. And I think that makes him very dangerous. I think he is extremely dangerous for somebody who has a title belt, because he's also got a bazooka of a right hand. But I just also think that he's not as marketable as some others. He wouldn't sell tickets the same way, and I think it makes things very difficult for him. So he's got to do it the honest way, and he's got to become someone's mandatory, or he's got to fight an eliminator to become the mandatory, and then he needs to fight someone that he can beat. And if Usyk stays in the game, he's not beating Usyk. Sorry. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, if they ever get any titles back, firstly, I don't think they would fight him. I don't think he would fight Joshua. They're friends. Maybe he would fight him. I don't know. That would be interesting. So we need to see him fight someone like Moses Utoma and beat him. And beat him with the view, not beat him and look very good against him, but have a real war with him, like almost a war of attrition. I don't see him losing to Utoma. I think Utoma is the future of the heavyweight division. Do another video on him. Would he be in line to fight someone like Murat Gassiev? That would be probably his best chance of winning a world title. But will Murat Gassiev fight him? I don't know, and I don't think so. I really don't think that fight happens. I don't think anyone who promotes Gassiev would put Okolie in front of him. I think they want to have, because it's not a big money fight for them. Nobody knows Okolie that well in the States. I think they know him well because he was Jake Paul's sparring partner, but that detail would have not really resonated as well, or might have slipped people's minds. And in a few years' time, in the next 18 months, let's say, is where he needs to make his mark. He's also was born in 1992, so that makes him 34 years old, I think. Yeah, 34. So he's got about, let's say, 4 to 6 years left in the sport, but he's already got another 18 months to 2 years to get that title shot. And I think there's a lot of noise in the heavyweight division at the moment. Fabio Wardley is the one title holder who now, he's the one with the bargaining power, and he's probably going to be able to choose, or he's going to have his opponent chosen for him, which could be Anthony Joshua, could be someone else, but probably a Moses Utoma if he beats Okolie. But yeah, I think it's very unlikely that in the next 18 months to 2 years, Okolie gets that credible world title shot and actually wins the title. And if it doesn't happen in the next 18 months to 2 years, I don't think it's going to happen at all. That's my thoughts. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion.